probably the most like deafening thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's probably the only thing that really annoys you the whole thing, like, is the crying. But honestly, that's part of it. So it's not even like, oh, you know what I mean?
Like, it's not something that you didn't expect.
Yeah, it's not something that you didn't expect. Like babies, you know what I mean?
It's a baby.
It's a baby.
It's gonna cry.
And really, I'd probably say to sleep. You know what I mean? Just to really be more specific, it's just to sleep. The crying keeps you up.
Word.
During the day, like if he cries during the day, you know, it's really not much unless like we're like busy doing something and takes extra. He's not patient. So like you take an extra few seconds of like doing whatever it is that you're doing or finishing up, like he'll just start losing. He'll just
gotcha.
Start crying his head off. So,
so like, do y'all know like his sleep times? Like, do y'all have like a sleep schedule?
Starting to kinda, but not really. Still, he's 6 weeks now, so he start. I mean, we've had some good nights though. Like there's been some nights where he gets up at just once, during the night, or maybe twice.
So usually he's sleeping through the night.
Sometimes. Can't say it's consistent, but sometimes, yeah.
Is he sleeping in another room though?
No, he's sleeping
with you.
He's sleeping with her.
Hey man, big man, Sarabi different, yo. I don't know what's up with her, man. And she be waking up and she was like, I want to play. Like it's time to go.
Oh no.
And we like, nah. Like
no.
it's crazy, man. Yeah, man. That's where we at. But that happened mostly, like it stopped mostly like last week, right? So like we're like starting to see a consistent trend of, all right, we're not waking up as much and to be active no more. So we starting to be like, all right, we good. We good. We might be good, man.
Get somewhere.
We might be getting somewhere, man. But she different, man. That's a different baby, man.
Dang, well that's awesome though, man. And she's how many months now?
She is now she's about to be 8 months. What's today? The 5th? It's
the 5th. Yeah.
Tomorrow should be 8 months old.
8 months?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Super
should
nice.
be 8 months old tomorrow, man.
Wow. Time flies.
Ooh, doesn't it?
8 months went fast.
Yeah.
These 6 weeks went.
Oh
he
my
was
God.
born and now he's like a big baby.
Yeah.
Like, he ain't no little infant no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a whole person now.
Yeah, man. Honestly.
And he's starting to like I know he's already been like giving you eye contact by now, right?
Staring at us,
smiling,
following us around. Yeah, like walk past.
Yo, when he start crawling, yo, it's over, yo. And like he gonna start crawling and be like, "Come here," and he gonna come towards you. You gonna be like, "Oh snap!"
That's wild.
You know that happened with Sarabi, man. I was like, "Oh snap!" She really hear me, like she know what I'm doing.
I can't wait till he starts interacting like that. Like he's not just acting. Like he's just not moving to move.
Yeah, he ain't doing nothing.
Right now he's just making noises to make noises.
Yeah.
But I can't wait till he like can react or respond to something that I'm doing to him.
But also, man, remember like cherish these moments too.
No, for real. I don't even mean to say I can't wait. I look forward to them moments. You know what I'm saying? I really do.
Cause like they're still like special moments. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna be like, dang man, that was a good time. You know what I'm saying? It was a good time. Yeah. Like every transition comes with its own moments. You know?
That's real. I see that, Pete. I can see that.
Yeah.
It's love, man.
Yeah, man. So welcome to the Black Dads Doula Walk and Talk kind of thing. Right now we sitting and chatting, right? Sitting and chatting. I was gonna have something for you to sip on, probably some tea or whatever, or something different. But yeah, man. It's gonna be I guess the first one or whatever. I'll probably do some more of these. But this is actually this one right here is for my doula training course, right? And I'm training to become a doula, right? And like everybody, whenever I ask them, or whenever I tell them I'm about to be a doula, most people are like, what is that? Like, what is a doula, you know? Do you know what a doula is?
I've heard of a doula only through the pregnancy. Like while my partner was pregnant, we heard the option of having a doula, and I think it might have been you actually. You might have brought it to me. Like, hey, you gonna get a doula? Hey, you gonna get? I had no idea what a doula was. Never heard the word before until pregnancy. So first time,
yeah, man. I was on the same boat. I had no clue what the heck a doula was until my wife was pregnant, and like obviously I wasn't looking stuff up, but I feel like she looked up stuff long before she was pregnant, right? I wasn't looking up much parenthood stuff about like just being prepared for pregnancy, and but she told me what a doula was, and like I guess I learned it from just seeing other doulas practicing doula work, you know. Basically, a doula is like a person who's like your companion inside of a hospital, right?
Okay.
Or not only a hospital, but your home birth if you want to have a home birth. So there's different types of births that you got. You can have a hospital birth, home birth. You can also have an unassisted birth without a midwife, without an OB, right? And you could also have an assisted birth in a birthing center, right? So there's 3 different places you can have a birth. You can have a birth at home, hospital, birthing center, and it's different ways that you can have birth. I think it's 2 different ways. You can have assisted or unassisted, right? So a doula would be somebody who's there to be your companion in any of those birth settings, right? She's gonna be the person who's making sure that you are that not you, right? But your wife is hydrated throughout the labor, throughout the pregnancy, making sure that the family's taken care of, right? Just making sure that everybody's good, right? And I know I say there are definitely male doulas out there who help specifically for the men, and that's what I'm training to be, right? I'm training to be that father's doula, right? To help fathers prepare and be prepared for pregnancy, labor, birth, and postpartum.
Got it.
Yeah, man. So it's a good stuff. It's some good stuff out there about what doulas do, and like they really help with like about 5 specific topics, right? They help to shorten labor. They'll also help to reduce any type of Caesarean sections. They'll also help to make sure that there's no premature births, right? They'll help to prevent any premature births. They'll also reduce regional anesthesia, and they'll also make sure that there's less of a need for any medical interventions that could happen.
Gotcha.
You know, I'm not sure what your labor story was like, but did any of those things pop up at all, or?
It definitely wasn't a short labor. It definitely, went the course. Probably anywhere between like 12 to 16 hours. There wasn't any intervention. That was good as well.
That's good.
Yeah, no intervention. He was healthy, so no need for a cesarean birth. Like there was no reason to go in and kind of get him out of the womb quickly. No regional anesthesia was needed as well, so that was good. Yeah. Honestly, the whole labor experience was smooth. It was smooth. It was smooth for my end. I know mom was a little uncomfortable. But she took it like a champ. And we got through it, and young man came out healthy, and we were good.
Happy and healthy baby.
Happy and healthy, man. Honestly, happy and healthy family.
Healthy family. That's all we need, man. That's all we need.
Yeah, overall, man, really good experience.
That's good, man. That's good. I know you talked about the length, man. Man, my wife was going through labor for a while, man. We planned on having a home birth, right? I think I shared this with you. We planned on having a home birth, and she was just in labor for probably about like 18 to 20 hours. And that was a grip for us, you know. So at probably like hour number 17, I think that's when we decided that we were gonna go over to the hospital and try to get pain medication. But Sarabi came before they were able to administer anything. So the first one that they were gonna do, they tried to do that epidural, but I was like, nah, let's try off with the nitrous oxide first. And so they were like, all right, cool, we can do the nitrous oxide, but they had to give her a COVID test first. And before the COVID test results came back, our daughter was born.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
You know what? They did, we initially tried the nitrous oxide, but she was saying that it wasn't doing anything for her. She took 2 hits of the nitrous oxide in the mask, and said it wasn't doing anything for her, and she just gave up on it. So we tried it really, early on, but
I got you.
The pain was just too much.
Man, my wife was saying the same thing about it. So eventually it did come, right? But it came when they were starting to stitch up. Right? And so when they were starting to stitch up, the midwife was like, would you like to try it? If you want it, you could try it. And she was trying it, and she was like, this would not have done anything for my labor while this was happening. So I definitely hear exactly what you're saying.
Wasting time with it.
Wasting time. It's just a distraction, right?
Honestly.
It's like a distraction, man. So that's that's what a doula is. Do you have any questions about it? Or?
Yeah, so doula. You brought up dad doulas, right? So I'm a pop, right? I'm a dad, and I'm curious. Would you recommend having a dad doula before the baby arrives, or would that come afterward to help, assist the father in kind of parenting, or you know what I mean? Like, when is a good time to insert a dad doula?
I think it's good to have or at least contact a dad doula when you find out that your wife is expectant, right? Because there's going to be some things that you need to make sure are set in place before your child comes. For example, hospital stuff, right? You had to know what insurance was going to look like, what insurance was going to cover for you, right? You had to at least be prepared, right? If you weren't going to cover all of it, you had to know what your insurance would cover and what you would cover, right? What type of plan that would be, what kind of budget you would do, what kind of different practices would you like to encourage your wife to do, right? For me, I was able to help with my wife doing chiropractic care, right? And just having an understanding of that, right? Having somebody else at the table to say, look, bro, this is probably what you want to do. This is how you're going to also help your wife to have the best labor possible. Because our duty is to protect our wives. Our duty is to protect the mothers of our children. Our duty is to protect our family, right? And the best way to protect our families is by knowing what lies ahead, right? What could be dangerous ahead of us, right? Where could anything go wrong? Now that you have somebody who is knowledgeable of what could go wrong, that's going to be your coach. That's going to be the person that says, look, here is why you probably want to avoid getting this type of intervention, and you might want to have this type of intervention because it could go down this route, right? So having knowledge of that would be helpful. So I would say it would be best to have a dad doula throughout the entirety of the pregnancy, the labor. When your wife goes into labor, you should contact them, let them know, look, she about to go into labor, what should I do, right? Because a dad doula is trained in the same avenue that a regular mother doula would be, right? So a little bit of background of what a doula is, a little bit more. So the history of a doula, she was a midwife. There was a midwife doula, right? And the midwife was someone who would take care of the mother, not only the mother, but the entire family, make sure that the whole family was nourished, right? Make sure that the whole family had everything that they needed, because the mother needed to take care of the baby that's growing right now, right? So while the mother's taking care of the baby that's growing, there needed to be somebody else to take care of the family, right? Also, right? So the doula's taking care of the mother and the family, making sure that the children are being helpful in the house, making sure that the dad is taken care of. So my training is coming from that holistic approach as well, right? My training is coming from that avenue of, I'm here to help the entire family, right? And in that is also the father needs help as well.
That's right.
You know, so yeah.
Okay. So it seemed like at any point, I mean, not any point, but early on, during the pregnancy, while in labor and post labor, it's probably good to have a doula. I have a really good question for you, actually, and I thought about this too when we were going through our pregnancy journey. And I heard doula, come up a few times from different healthcare physicians. I know you and I spoke about it. What's the difference between, say, me asking my mom, or her asking her mom, or me asking my dad, or her asking her dad to be that supportive person to assist, who gave birth to us, who knows what that pregnancy journey looks like, right? So what's the difference between just having somebody maybe that is in your family, or somebody who, willing to support and assist you, as opposed to, having a doula? So what's that difference there?
Great point, man.
Because it saves you some money too, I'm sure.
It definitely will save some money, right?
I'm curious to hear that.
So sometimes having that extra support person, that support person has traditionally been the moms, right? The grandmoms, right? The aunties who knew some stuff, right? A lot of our grandmothers know, you know what, if you're feeling a little bit sick, you might want to have some ginger tea, right? If you're feeling a little nauseous, everybody kind of knows that, right? That's kind of universal knowledge, right? But some doulas have been trained on how to wrap and belly bind the body back together after the body has given birth, right? Some doulas have been trained on different medical procedures to the extent of it to give the family that birth education, right? Many doulas have been certified, and now they're able to practice, or not practice, they're able to help and be inside of the hospital setting, right? They've established relationships with many of the OBs or many of the midwives inside the hospital, so they're able to contact that doctor and say, look, this is how this family wants to give birth, right? So yes, you can have that mother, that's still gonna be helpful, right? But having a doula who's knowledgeable of the entirety of what could happen during birth, because a lot of times most of our mothers have only given birth in so many, in a finite amount of ways, right? And when it comes to our community, most of our mothers have been forced to have a C-section, right? Most of our mothers have been scared into it, have been bullied into different types of interventions, and so they have been denied the right of natural birth, right? And my goal is to help mothers have the birth that they would like to have, right? And in that is hopefully the natural birth that they would like to have, right? So with that comes a little bit of knowledge on the natural physiology of birth, you know? So
Nah, you answered that question great.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, because I can see it when we went to the hospital during her labor. You could tell that a lot of the midwives and OBs, like you mentioned, are they're going right to cesarean. They're going right to what's the needle in the spine? Epidural. Going right to epidural. You know what I mean? And giving you that medical intervention. Instead of you kind of just doing it natural, right? And that's what my partner wanted. She wanted to just do the entire thing natural, and she succeeded with that. But it took us having to push back and having to disagree at times, like, hey, is this our only option, or can we just continue on with what we're doing, or are there any other natural options?
It's great that you asked that. It's great that you asked that, right? Because they're gonna try to push this, right? They're gonna try it. We've always seen it, right? Both you and I have seen that push, right? But it's good that you ask, are there any other options? Because they'll make it sound like there's no other option.
That's right.
You got to get the cesarean.
That's right.
Because it's in and out. For them, they on to the next cesarean. They on to the next baby, right? But that denies the mother of that rite of passage, right? Of being able to give birth to this human baby, And so that's another thing that doulas help to educate families on, and help families to create that birth plan that they want to have, right? So there's going to be that birth plan of what is expected from the family. If mom cannot speak for whatever reason, now the dad knows what the plan is, right? But not only does the dad know, but the whole birthing team knows, because before y'all went into labor, the OB or the midwife has already been given this sheet of paper that says, look, this is what we wish to have.
That's right.
This is the type of labor that we want to have.
That's right.
And so with that said, that's how doulas could be helpful in many ways.
All right, now, and the birth plan was super helpful, from the jump, because we just gave it to the nurse. She gave it to whoever when shift change and stuff like that happened. Like, she already had the plan as far as, all right, I see what you guys want to do. I see you want to do skin to skin as soon as he comes out. I see you want to keep I forget what the stuff that was on the baby. I forget exactly what it was. The white colicky.
I know exactly. It's like cottage cheese.
Cottage cheese type stuff. You want to keep that on there. You know what I mean? And all that good stuff, right? So, the birth plan is huge.
It'd be like that sometimes.
It'd be like that.
It'd be like that. Yeah, man.
It'd be like that.
Yeah, that's a hike in here too.
Yeah, man. Well, Lawrence.
Right.
But yeah, man, you did a good job explaining what a doula is, and the mother and the father doula. Trying to see if I have any more questions. How would you go about even finding a doula? Like, would you go on to Facebook Marketplace and type in doula?
You probably can find some doulas on Facebook Marketplace. A lot of times there are doulas who are parts of different community organizations. There are community doulas. You can go on, I'm sure if you go on Facebook and type in doula, you're gonna get a list of doulas, right? But I would always recommend to do your research, right? When you do find a doula, do your research and understand who have they worked with, right? You can ask a doula if they would be willing to share some referrals, right? Because they've worked with other people, you know, and you want to know and make sure that your doula is somebody who will be there for the birth. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you need them for, you need to know that your doula is going to be dependent. Dependent. You can rely on them. You know. So I would say there's hospitals have doulas, right? Hospitals have doulas. Your insurance company will be able to provide a list of doulas that they cover. You know, in many cases, right? So there's different ways and avenues to go down for doula work, right? You could also type in "Hey Black Dad," and you'll be able to find a doula as well, right? You'll be able to find a dad doula, right? And my wife is also training to be a doula, so she's gonna be a doula for the mothers. Yep.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So okay, so it sounds pretty simple and pretty easy to find a doula. When are you gonna be certified? When will you? Your wife be certified?
Yep. So we're doing our training right now. Our certification will have to take place after we have completed assisting 5 families. Okay. Right. So after completing 5 families, we'll also have to do different work. We'll have to do some, what is it called? We'll have to do some book reports. We have to do book reports. We have to establish connections with other organizations. There's some work to do. So I would say within a year of doing within a year after our training, we should be able to have our certification.
Got it.
Within a year.
Okay, that's nice. That's not too far out. Because I'm definitely already planning this second one.
Hey man, you know. Look,
so yeah,
I'm gonna be around.
Yeah, all right.
I'll be ready for you.
Cool. Hey,
all right.
That sounds good, Pete. Honestly. Yeah.
Absolutely, man.
Trying to think if I have any more questions. Man, you did a really good job. I'm not sure. I don't have any more questions.
Man, that's cool. That's cool. Well, thank you, man. Thank you for taking your time, man. I know you a dad, man. You got a 6 month? Nope.
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
6 weeks. Yeah.
6 weeks, man. I know that baby miss you right now. He taking a nap.
Yeah, he's knocked out when I left the house.
He
just got finished eating. Hopefully he's knocked out for another. I just left like 30 minutes ago. Hopefully another 30, 45. You know what I mean? So I can get back and just kind of chill out for a little bit. But nah, man, it's 6 weeks and it's been nothing but fun. Nothing but fun with this young man. So
hey man, well thank you so much, man, for
no doubt.
choosing to come down, man. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And thank you for sitting in on Doula Walk the Talk.
Yes, sir.
Hey Black Dad, I'll see you around.
That's right.